Hey guys, what's up? How are you? Hope you guys are having an amazing one today. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Gerel, and in today's video we are going to be talking about my favorite neutral eyeshadows. So I do have some favorite ones that are just neutral eyeshadows for every single day, but I also have some neutral palettes that have like a little pop of color, which those are my favorite. But you are going to see which ones I'm talking about, and I hope that this video is entertaining for you. And also everything is going to be linked down below just in case you guys are interested in any of these eyeshadow palettes. And of course, if you use my links, remember that they are affiliated, and I really do appreciate it when you guys do use my links because that helps me out so much. So let's go ahead and get into the video. But before we do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Like this video because that definitely helps out my channel so much. And you can also click on the little bell that will notify you whenever I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright guys, so this is not a rankings video. I'm not going to rank any of these eyeshadow palettes because they all have a purpose in my collection. If I was to misplace any of them, I will like run to get them replaced or look for them if I am not able to get them because they were limited edition. I will actually look in all of the places that you can look online to get them replaced and back into my collection. So I just do want to give you a heads up just in case I do mention any of them that are limited edition. I do apologize if you are not able to get your hands on them. Hopefully they bring them back. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with the one that I am wearing right now on my eyes. And just guess, take a wild guess down in the comment section down below right now before I even tell you. Let me know which palette do you think that I have on my eyes right now. Don't cheat, just let me know. If you were able to guess, then you already know your palettes super well, but just in case you don't know, it is a McGrath, and this one is one of my favorite, absolutely favorite palettes from McGrath, and this is the Mothership V. This is an absolutely favorite palette, and it has been a favorite palette for such a long time. Like every single time I wear it, it's just so good, and I can never like skip on the 4 shades right here, which are her special shades. I absolutely love this palette so much. You do have a plum shade and 2 matte shades that are like really nice, especially for transitioning and deepening out the outer V. I do have this shade right here in the outer corner as well as in the inner corner, and I use this one just to deepen things up. I also added this one right on the edge, and I left the middle right open to add this color right in the center, and then I used this screen shade to add it as a inner corner highlight, and I dragged it all around, and I also created a wing liner with it, and I added this color right here in the inner corner and drag it all the way to my lower lashes. That is exactly how I created this look. And then I used this liner just for another pop of color because I absolutely love these liners right here from Natasha Denona from the Yucca collection. I absolutely love them. They are just so good, and this is what I came up with. I know that it's super out there, but you can make this palette super wearable, really nice and neutral as well. If you can get these palettes on sale, definitely do because they are totally worth the hype, the money. They are just so good, especially this one. Again, is one of my favorites. So I'm going to share another McGrath palette since we are here, and this one is the Divine Rose Mothership VII. This palette is absolutely beautiful, and I was able to get it in a special edition packaging. It is so beautiful. The packaging really nice and gorgeous, but what is inside is really definitely something that I absolutely love. Again, we do have these 4 shades right here that are called her special shades, and they just have like so much sparkle to it, so much dimension to it, and it is so beautiful. But you do have more of a dusty rose, pinky tones kind of shades, leaning a little bit more cool tone for sure, not so warm like the palette that I just showed you. And this palette right here is absolutely beautiful for those like glam soft looks, ethereal looks, really nice and sophisticated looks. Really beautiful palette. I absolutely love every single look that I created. Just in case you're new to my channel, I do have a playlist for McGrath. I also created 2 looks in 1 palette. I will link that playlist down below. This palette is absolutely gorgeous, especially if you've never tried cool tones and you are about my skin tone and you don't think that they are going to look look beautiful on you. Trust me when I tell you they are going to look amazing on you, because that is the thought that I also had in my mind. I just didn't think that cool tones look good on my skin tone, but they absolutely do. And especially this palette is just so good. So good. So the next palette that I have here is like an oldie but a goodie, but I took it out of my collection. If you already have it, definitely take it out of your collection and give it some love, because this one deserves it, especially for those days that I'm just not in the mood to be super creative. I just want something super simple to use. This one is going to give you everything that you need. You do have your highlighting shades right here. You have your deeper shades right here, so you can add it to your outer corner, or just to deepen things up. You can always use these shades as liners, and I mean, it just has like the perfect amount of colors for every single day to go to work. Really nice and easy, especially if you are new to makeup or you just want something that is not too complicated and that blends well, that is going to give you the pigmentation, that is really beginner friendly. Then this palette is definitely going to be the one for you. So I do have two Huda Beauty palettes, and I do have all of them, but these ones right here are the ones that are just my favorite. If I was to lose my whole entire Huda Beauty collection, which is a really big one because I do have the night pan ones as well, which I don't reach for those that much. I don't know why, but anyway, if I was to lose my whole entire Huda Beauty collection, these two right here will be the ones that I will be purchasing first. One of them is this one right here, which is the Naughty palette, and this one has so much depth. I absolutely love the rosiness, but it also really provides you with like really nice warm kind of looks, like neutral kind of looks. So you can definitely take it more into the pinky zone, or you can stay a little bit more neutral or warm tones for sure, and I absolutely love it. Not only that, but also the metallic shades from this palette right here really do make a statement. Usually my type of makeup is really nice and like bold. I do want my shimmers to be super shimmer. If you have a brown eyes, like burgundy shades are just going to bring that caramel to your eyes, and I love this palette so much. All right guys, so the next palette from Huda Beauty that I absolutely adore is this one right here, which is a Mercury Retrograde. This palette, I know that it's probably expired, and that is okay because I only use it on myself, and let me tell you, this palette is absolutely gorgeous. Here is the color story. As you can see, it is super fun, but you can really stay in this area right here if you want to stay more neutral, more pinky, more like really nice and soft kind of looks for every single day to go to work. And if you want to add a little bit more fun to this look, you can always go to these shades right here. It is just so special. You can be really creative, but at the same time, you can definitely use this palette for like everyday looks, but also have that fun. And I love that so much. This palette has been a favorite of mine for such a long time. If you are into ethereal looks or just like a one and done kind of eyeshadow, then this one is also really nice to have in your collection, especially because these shades right here, like purpley shades, like pinky purpley tones, are definitely in right now, and you can definitely find them in a lot of palettes lately. So if you do have this palette, you don't want to purchase something new, then take this one out and just use it, because I know that you will really enjoy it. So yeah, I do have the two as well from Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH. This one right here is just so good, especially if you are really into like warm tones. This will give you exactly what you want if you're looking for that warm, rich kind of look. Super easy. They are a little powdery, so you do have to be careful with your matte shades. Some of them were not safe to use on the eyes, but I've never had an issue, so go ahead and do your research. By the way, this is the Primrose palette from ABH. I don't think that I mentioned the name of it. You also do have two blushes right here that I absolutely adore. Beautiful warm shades that I just cannot ever get enough of. Now the other palette that I do have from Anastasia Beverly Hills is this one right here, which is the Nouveau palette. I know that you wouldn't think that it's a neutral palette, but it is, with a pop of color. That is definitely how I see this palette. You do have your neutral shades, your transition shades, your crease shades right here to deepen out the outer V, to really make a statement with your looks, or to really bring those metallic shades like to life. And then you have this really nice beautiful pop of color as well, which I think that it's just amazing. Again, you can create super easy wearable looks with this palette, but you can also have some fun with this palette. And that is my take on neutral palettes, and I do have a lot of them just because I absolutely love companies doing that, where we can keep it neutral and like everyday sophisticated kind of looks, but we can also have some fun with the same palette, and I absolutely love that. Now if you're looking for something that is super neutral, super easy to use, very friendly, especially if you're new to makeup, then this is the palette for you, my friends. This is the Dominique Essential palette. It is super easy. You pretty much have all of the shades that you need right here on the bottom. You do have all of those matte shades, really nice and easy to create looks for every single day to go to work. You do have some brown tones as well as some pinky tones, like some mauve tones as well, which is really nice. This palette, it is super easy to use. Create really nice delicate looks with this palette, and also have that little like sparkle on your eyes with this shimmer shades right here. Really nice and beautiful. I do have a couple of looks that I created with this palette, and also some shorts as well. So if you guys want to check it out and just have some ideas, you can definitely do so. This palette has got to be one of my favorite palettes of all times, and I do have a lot of Natasha Denona. This one right here is the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I think that I've mentioned this palette in other videos in the past, just letting you guys know how much I really do enjoy this palette. It is really nice and beautiful. You definitely have a lot of colors here. You can definitely get really smoky with this palette. You can definitely stay really nice and neutral. We do have some warm tones, some cool tones. Again, this palette will give you a little bit of everything, and I think that it's just a really nice, well-rounded palette, and those metallic shades are just so nice. Natasha Denona's formula for the eyeshadows has got to be one of my favorites, and she has a lot of different formulas. So she has her regular mattes, the cream to powder ones, metallic shades, really nice shimmer shades that really do not have too much of a base to it. So she does have some really nice beautiful formulas, and they're really nice and easy to work with. You do have to experience it yourself so you know what I'm talking about. I do have an affiliated code with Natasha Denona, which I'm super happy to share with you guys, because if you have been following me for a while, you guys know that I absolutely love Natasha Denona, and I would not recommend anything that I don't like from her line, and there is really not a lot that I don't like. So you can use my code, which is a Gerel15, and you can get 15% off of your whole entire purchase, which is also so good. I am just so happy that I do have that discount code to share with you guys, because then that saves you a little bit of money and you get to experience what I am talking about. I do have 3 more palettes to share with you guys, and this one right here is from Patrick Ta. This one is the first one, and I absolutely love it so much. I think that it's just perfection to create the most warm, chocolatey, like yumminess kind of looks. And these shimmer shades, they're just so nice and beautiful and like sparkle on your lids, and I am all here for it. These 2 right here are cream that you can use it as a base, which I really don't reach for those, so I'm not even going to talk too much about them. But the rest of the palette I absolutely love. They're just really nice and easy to use, really nice and easy to blend. Not super easy. You do have to put some work into it, but at the end of the day, you end up with the most beautiful, like rich, chocolatey, warm like looks, and I love that so much. So this is a palette that I absolutely recommend 100%. If you are more into like rosy tones, then you might like the second one that he came out with. This one right here is my favorite, just because I lean towards these colors a little bit more than the rosy ones. Now, the last 2 palettes that I have are from Makeup by Mario, and this palette right here is the All Matte palette, and you pretty much have all of the shades that you need to create any kind of looks if you are into warm tones. This palette has like those mustardy kind of browns that I absolutely love. All of these nice deep shades right here as well. All of these transition shades like brow bone colors, and I absolutely love that so much about it. I actually used these two palettes right here to create some looks for my sisters for my nephew's graduation party. I did my sister's makeup and my mom's makeup, and I could not get enough of these two palettes. They're just so good, and they just work up so perfect. But this one right here, it was limited edition. This one is the Makeup by Mario, the Ethereal Eyes, and my goodness, he needs to bring it back, because seriously, this palette, it is so perfect, so perfect. I used this palette on my mom, and I could not get over her eye makeup. I just kept on complimenting her eye makeup the whole entire night, because I absolutely love that it just gave her so much like reflection on her eyelids. She looked absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just so happy that I was able to use this palette on her and actually appreciate it, because when you wear it on yourself, yeah, other people are looking at you, but you're really not looking at your work. You're not really looking at the makeup look that you create, unless you're walking with a mirror, and I am not walking with a mirror, so I don't really get to appreciate the work that I do whenever I create a look, because again, you're not able to look at your eyelids. So when I was able to really look at my sisters and my mom and their makeup, they just look really nice and beautiful, sophisticated, ethereal. It was like the perfect amount of sparkles for my mother and my sisters, and I absolutely loved how they looked, and I was just so happy that I was able to look at my work the whole entire night. I mean, I kept on complimenting my mom and her makeup, and she really liked it as well, so I was really happy about that. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope that it was entertaining. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any of these palettes and how you actually feel about them. Do we feel the same? Do you feel a little bit different? Is it really not your favorite palette? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have a different palette that is your absolutely favorite palette that I did not mention, let me know in the comment section down below as well, so I can check it out or maybe pull it out of my collection if I already have it. But yeah, that is it, my friends, for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love, your time, and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time.